Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks. This is part 2 of making this lamp. And I made a little bit of a mistake. And if you watch the first one, I made this rectangle 3/4 of an inch. Well, then when I made it 0.25, now the outside is an inch. It's actually an inch. I started late. And so if you do this and you are watching this and you want to make it, I made this box a 1/2 inch. And then I went and converted it to a 1/4 inch line. And then I'll left click, convert it to an outline, and then I'll left click, right click. And if you look now, it's 0.75 on the outside. And you can measure it like that, or you can take the parallel dimension tool and measure it, and you got 0.75. So that's what you need if you're going to use this tube idea of mine. And I think the tube idea is going to be the smartest, because you could actually glue some parts to hold the lamp from top and the inside, and then you could wrap it and make it look like this. The only downside of wrapping it, you're going to have a seam somewhere, and these people took the picture from the side that doesn't have a seam. But that's, it's a pretty rustic idea anyway. So, and if you didn't, well, you need to watch the first one or you're going to be totally lost. We need to make a device to go through here. These are all equal. If we bring in an indexing line, say about right there, and we draw a line from that, let's go with that intersection to that intersection. That line is 2.6 inches, and if I hit it right, you can see it's 2.6 inches. So that's, these things are exactly the same in that part of the grid. So, but we need it a little bit bigger. So let's take a 3-inch line and make it 3 inches and just kind of put it in there. We want to go past it a little bit. Maybe we don't. Looking back at the picture, yeah, see it? They're a little bit past with the circle. So we have a 3-inch item. I'm going to move all these out of the way, and I am going to make a 3-inch ellipse and rock my ratio and make it 3 inches. Now I'm going to hit P and put it in the center of the page. Now, there's 7 of these, but there's 14 parts that are going to have to slip through there. So let's hit P and put that in the center of the page. So we need, and I don't have any flat cardboard with me here, but let's say it's a 1/8 of an inch thick. So we're going to draw a piece of cardboard that is 0.2, let's make it 0.13 to give us a little bit of leadway. And if you remember, it is just a 1/4. Well, let's make our slot 0.3. Okay, I had my ratio locked, so I need to change this to 0.13. That's going to be our slot for the cardboard to fit in. Now let's hit P and put it in the center of the page. And then we're going to grab both of them and we're going to hit T like in Tom to put it to the top. So that's what we need right there. Now we need 14 of these. And you could do the math, but if you put this in the center, that's why I always bring in indexing lines. See, we're not in the center. Click on that again, and I always come off of it and come back. And then it says center, and I always double check it. So we are. So we're going to get the docker, the transformation docker, the rotation docker, and go transform rotation. I don't really know the angle, but I know I want 13 copies. But normally that would do that. Well, let's just bring out a calculator. 360 divided by 14. This is what's pretty neat about having an on-mark calculator. Get those 5 digits, copy them, and put them over here and paste them. And look what it did. It gave us that spacing. Now, at this same time, once you find out what size you need to drill that hole, because you want, this is going to be what's going to be holding it up. So you want the hole to be smaller. There's some, a shaft and a nut on there, and that's where it's going to be holding it up. But we need to get rid of all these slots on the outside. I don't think, nope. Yep, look at that. Well, it almost got rid of all the slots. Now, another thing smarter to do is take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in, and look at that. And then left click, right click, go ahead and delete this, and then put that back. There's our slots for our cardboard. Perfect. Now we need to draw let's say it's a 1/2 inch hole. See, I unlock my ratio again, so we'll put that at 0.5 and then hit P. And that put it in the center of the page, the center of the item. So that is going to be where your wires are going to, so that is going to fit right there. And because this is open, you ought to be able to get it all in there. Now, I would do this exact same thing, so I'd make a copy of this or save it. And this, remember, you'd have to redo this. But we need something probably to go inside that tube. And if you remember, there's not much room there. Well, there should be a 1/4 inch. Yeah, that's going to be a little difficult. I think once you have this into place, you could probably space these out evenly and glue the top, because there's just not enough room to make another sprocket type deal. I had my parallel dimension tool. But then you would take that cardboard paper towel holder, toilet paper roll, I think they're the same, and just slip it over there. Because this should keep them apart. And I don't know if people can fathom what that's going to look like, but it's, the cardboard is going to go down. I'm just kind of rambling. I'm trying to delete that. The cardboard is going to go down there and come straight up. And so really maybe you could put 2 of these and put another one here, but they've only got one, and I do not know how they did the inside. But I think once you got it in there, and if you made a sprocket, it would be so small it would probably just burn up. So the one I'm trying to help, I'll actually redraw this and get it to this point, saying that the cardboard is 1/8 of an inch thick, and saying that. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to show you the video first before I take the time and redraw it. Let me know if you think the 1/4 inch. That's what this looks like about. It can't be much more than 1/4 inch. That might be 3/8 of an inch. And now, one more thing before I sign off. This is going to take a lot of cardboard. you know, even if you mirror everything and nest everything, that's still a lot of cardboard. You know, and I made it big, but you can. There's a lot of places you get flat cardboard corrugate from, and then I would just use a paper towel, like I'm saying, and dress it up like that, and then you would just cut 2 rings and just go for them. But I'm almost guaranteeing this is going to be your strength. This is what the lamp's actually going to hang from, that part right there. Because when you have 14 pieces of cardboard jammed in there and lightly glued from the top, you know, with some, just wood glue will work, just a Q-tip and some wood glue, because wood glue today dries you clear. You wouldn't be able to see it, and you're not going to look down on it anyway. Anyway, just my ideas. I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.